36th Annual Festival by the Lake in Wakefield, Massachusetts. We're going to be talking with local vendors. This is the second time that WCAT has done this event, so it looks like it's going to turn out to be a great day. So join us as we talk to local businesses. Okay, we're here with Frank at Kwood Products at the Festival by the Lake. So what do you have here?
A little bit of everything. Indoor, outdoor stuff made out of wood.
And you make all of these?
Every bit of it, yeah.
Is it new wood or reclaimed?
No, I buy the lumber.
You buy the lumber? Yeah. Do you want to show us what you have here?
All right. Well, we've got a variety of birds.
So we have birds. And?
Get a picture of these while you're at it there.
Yeah,
A variety of banks. They're for gifts and stuff like that there. And we have some indoor kitchen items and little gifts. Teachers teach and, forever. Little note holders over there.
Yeah. Note holders, okay.
Some shelves and some sports signs.
You paint these all yourself?
Absolutely, everything here. And then again, more birds. These are good. The recycled, reclaimed birdhouses made out of beer cans.
Did you have to drink all that beer yourself?
You you don't want to waste it, so you might as well drink it, Wind spirals are kind of popular. And then what's out front, yard birds and garden birds and grow signs.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, many, many years. Go back to the 80s, somewhere around there, In fact, we used to be up in the Upper Common years ago when they had it in the Upper Common. And so that would go back to the 80s.
Thank you so much for talking with me. Nicely done.
All right. You have a nice day now.
We're here with David at Northwood Naturals. It smells so good over here. Tell us about what you have here.
Well, what we have here is an all-natural product that's truly all-natural. These smells are phenomenal. You can't get any more real than what they smell like. They smell like they say they do. But what we do is we actually manufacture soaps, lotions, and creams by going to local farms using their raw materials in our products. So we'll go to one farm, we pick up the goat milk, we actually make the soap with it. We go to yet another farm, that's where we get our beeswax and honey for our lip balm and our deodorant.
What farms are we talking about?
Hampshire, so we got one in Kingston, we got Pelham, New Hampshire, and then we go to Nottingham and we pick up our herbs there to make our poison ivy lotion. That's a relief. That's just excellent. So really, that's what we do. We really just try to keep supporting the farms. We support ourselves, and it's all good. It's very good, clean stuff.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this about 8 years now, and we're in Whole Foods, Fresh Market. We're pretty much all up and down the coast of New England. All the road.
And do you have a website?
Of course we do. It is northwoodnatural.com.
Okay, we're at the Madison Jam Factory. Tell us your name and what do you have here?
My name's Greg. It's my wife Sandy, and we have approximately 32 different flavors of jams and jellies.
Where do you get your inspiration for flavors?
Usually just sitting there thinking about it, and I have a little bit of extra of this and that, and they end up as a flavor. A lot of my combinations, that's what happens. Had a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I come out with a great flavor.
What would you say is your most unique flavor?
Probably my newest one, the Fusion. It's a strawberry, mango, pineapple with habanero pepper.
Oh, are we going to get a sample of that one?
If you'd like. Yeah, I don't sample the hot ones because I'm afraid the wrong person will try it.
You got to be careful with habaneros.
Absolutely. But I will sample it if you dare. Yep.
Yeah, I dare.
Okay. Come on.
Really great. I think it would be good with cheese. So one more thing before we go. Tell us your Facebook page so maybe we can get some fans.
Madison Jam Factory.
Madison Jam Factory on Facebook. Plenty of pictures and flavors.
All the flavors. We have a website, MadisonJamFactory.com.
All right, thank you. We're at All About Corks. So tell me what you have here.
I have everything from wreaths. They started actually 8-inch wreaths all the way up to 18-inch wreaths. I have candle wreaths as well as flameless candles. I have many different cork cages. I have actually right in front here, I have London Bridge. I have chickens. I have roosters. I have wine charms. I have wreaths. I have a little glass bottle over here and trays of many different sizes.
You made all these?
I made all these myself.
Did you drink all this wine?
No, I didn't. People ask me that all the time, and one of my favorite statements is I drank it all and I made it all before I came this morning. But that's not really what happened.
Where did all these corks come from?
Actually, mainly restaurants save them and donate them to me. I've had people donate corks at farmers markets, especially last year. I had 2 30-gallon trash bags full donated by one person. So they obviously did a lot of drinking.
Is your house full of corks?
Full of corks. My partner says I have over 17,000 corks in the basement. And I've been kind of put in the basement to do this because it is a little bit messy to make. And it's just about a 12 by 30 foot room that I have. And that's where I create and make everything.
Wow. So thank you so much for talking with me.
It was fun. Thanks a lot.
So I see chainmail, I see beads. Do you make all of this?
I make all the glass beads myself. I make them in a torch. It's an oxygen and propane mixed torch, and I melt the glass and melt it onto a stainless steel rod, and that makes the hole through the bead, and I shape the bead in the flame, and I do all the designs as I'm working. And then my husband, who is over there, actually started making chainmail, so we're combining the two. So we have lampwork glass, flame-worked lampworked glass, and chainmail that we put together.
Well, that's a very popular style right now, so I'm sure you're going to make tons of sales today.
Well, we hope so. But, you know, we really love coming to Wakefield. This is our 4th year, I believe, here. And we love the neighborhood association. They've been so good to us, and they're so friendly here and nice. So we just love coming to the show.
So what's your favorite piece that you have out here today?
Well, can I show you two that are lampwork glass and chainmail? So this right here is a new design that my husband made up for chainmail. So he actually buys these aluminum rings and he opens each one and then he weaves them into the design and closes the rings as he goes. And we selected one of my handmade glass beads as a focal piece, and so put that one together.
How long does it take to make a bead like that and to put together a chain like that?
So the bead takes me anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the designs I make in it, because it's a large bead. Smaller beads, they can go a lot faster. And then I don't know how long it takes him, probably about 3 hours to make that particular weave. 3 to 4 hours to make that particular weave is what he's saying. He's shy, he's off camera. And then the other piece I really like is that dragon scale necklace on the end. And that one has about 400 rings in it. That he's opened and closed each one and done the weave, and then one of my glass beads as the focal piece to that. So those are some of my favorite things. But we do have smaller things. We have just focal bead pendants that I put on sterling silver, and these are on ribbons. You can take the ribbons off and you can put them on a sterling chain or put them on a neck ring or a leather cord, so it's a dress up, dress down kind of situation with those.
Well, thank you so much. Now tell us your website.
www.annconlin, ANNCONLIN glass.com.
Thank you so much. Donna, And you have all kinds of wool here. Where did this wool come from?
Sheep.
Of course.
I do all my dyeing myself. I do spinning, knitting, weaving, all hand done. I've got some merino tencel here.
What do you do with something like this?
This is for spinning your own yarn, weaving, or felting.
But how did you get into this?
It started with a pet sheep for one of my daughters when a friend of my husband raised sheep. I'd never seen sheep before, and he begged us to come out. We went. They were pretty cute, and 2 went home in the back seat of my car.
I used to have sheep on my farm when I was a kid. Yeah, we actually raised sheep, so...
That's how this all started. A year later, I had the fleece, and what am I going to do with it? I taught myself to spin, and then...
Who shaved them for you?
We did it. Yeah, we figured it out.
That's a big job.
And I had a spinning herd once I figured out I liked to spin, so... And now I don't have any sheep because I live pretty much in the city, so you can't have sheep here, but...
Well, they are good lawnmowers.
They're pretty good.
Is it all merino wool here, or do you want to show us some of the different things you have?
This here is the merino tencel. It comes in a variety of colors. This would be merino and silk, and you can see the shine is the silk. It's just fun to play with fiber.
How long have you been doing this?
About 29 years.
29 years. Yeah. Do you have a shop, or you do?
Shop, and I used to raise my own sheep and llamas.
Where's your shop?
Right now it's in Lynnfield, Massachusetts.
Tell us the address.
Summer Street.
On Summer Street.
On Summer Street in Lynnfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So I also do lessons in spinning and knitting, weaving, that type of thing.
Like once a week type lesson, or
on an individual basis, on a one-on-one.
So thank you so much, Donna.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so to start, let's get your names and the name of your business here.
I'm Diane Lint, and this is the potter, Bill Spalding.
Yep, Bill Spalding, Aaron Shard Pottery.
Beautiful. So tell me a little bit about the process of making this kind of pottery.
The process, well, it's wheel-thrown, high-fired stoneware. It's gas-fired, and each piece is one of a kind. They're intricate high-fired designs and glazes that ultimately are kind of like porcelain. But it's a stoneware. It's a interesting process.
And tell me about your role.
I'm support.
Marketing,
and I cook with everything, and it's a wonderful way to bake food, and he's been a potter all his life and has been doing the show since when? When have you?
Near the beginning, probably 35 years here.
Yeah, same spot.
Yeah.
Every year.
It's kind of moved around a little.
And these are glass. So that's glass that goes into the last firing. It's recycled glass and sea glass that goes into the last firing, and it melts and it crystallizes and it does what it does. So each piece is different, and they're just so much fun to use, just have around the house for spoon rest for tea, and I keep all my jewelry all over the house in them.
I've never seen glass inside the pottery like that.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It kind of becomes all one, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So it's really pretty. And then there's different glass that we use. The dark green is Jameson's bottles. And then we've done them in the bigger bowls and also big plates. So it's a lot of fun. We're having a great time with it.
It's really beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're at the Wakefield Interfaith Food Pantry. And what's your name?
My name is John Natale. I'm on the board of directors for the Wakefield Interfaith Food Pantry.
So tell us a little bit about what the food pantry does.
Well, we serve residents from all over Wakefield. Some folks who have been going through tough economic times for a while, some who just fell upon hard times. But what we really aim to do is give families the ability to put meals on the table. Give moms and dads the ability to give their kids lunch so they can go to school. And it's really about retaining a sense of dignity, feeling like your community cares. And we have so many great people from across Wakefield that volunteer, that donate money, that'll come and help stock shelves with us. So, we're always looking for a few good Wakefielders.
Where are you located now?
We are located at the AmeriCall Civic Center, right on Main Street. We have a space right on the lower level. We have shelves and shelves of food. We have families coming in a couple times a week. And we're always looking for volunteers.
And how can people give to the program?
Sure. So you can give online. You can visit the Wakefield Food Pantry's website, which is wifoodpantry.org. And, there you can learn about, how to give and then also how to donate. $100, whether it's from one person or from a bunch of people together, would serve one family for 10 days. We put our money towards good use because the Boston Food Bank helps us, kind of maximize what we buy. So we've got perishable foods, non-perishable, and then we can also hook people up with, things like meat and fresh items.
Okay, we're at the it's actually a tongue twister, isn't it? Wakefield Rail to Trail booth at the Festival by the Lake. Now, I am a huge fan of the rail trail program. I've actually biked trails Pennsylvania, Maryland, Western Mass. It's incredible. But why don't you tell us what is the rail trail program?
Well, thank you. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and 10 years ago I thought it was a no-brainer, but there is an awful lot of red tape you have to go through. I had to work with the freight right owner of the time and get it officially abandoned, so we went through that process.
So a rail trail is a rail line that's converted to a bike trail, right. For those who don't know.
It's also sometimes called a linear park because it's not just for bicycles, it's for baby carriages and walking your dog as long as you clean up, and walkers, runners. I mean, the perfect example for me is either the Cape Cod Rail Trail or the rail trail in Lexington, Bedford, the Minuteman Rail Trail. There are so many others that have in various parts of our state and up by the New Hampshire border. They've been able to get things done, and we're still working. We do have an engineering and design firm now. The money has come from the state, the transportation bond bill from a couple of years ago, and they're getting ready to do some soil stability borings to make sure that everything is a go for that, and wetland flagging because it will go through Reedy Meadow in Linfield, which right now is fairly inaccessible but is a beautiful place, and we'd like to set up observation sites there, maybe some picnic tables on the little island that's in the middle of the meadow that not too many people seem to know about.
With Rowan at the Boys and Girls Club 10. Tell us what's new at the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, we reached 300 members this week. We've been open for 18 weeks, and we recently got an award for our Treading Door-to-Door program.
So how do kids come to know about the program?
Most of it's word of mouth. The kids go back to school and go, "Hey, you guys, come visit me at the Boys and Girls Club," and then they come over and they hang out and they tend to like it, so they come back.
What kind of activities do you have?
We have the games room, which has foosball and billiards. We have the arts and crafts room. We get the gym 3 days a week, and when we don't have that, we have Foursquare in the games room. We have a computer room as well as a teen center.
Do you have to make an appointment for kids to come, or can they just show up?
They get to show up whenever they want.
Is there any cost associated with it?
It's $25 for the school year. It covers September to June.
That's a bargain.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how many hours can they stay?
We're open 2 to 6. On half days, we're open at 11. And then we have a summer program coming up. We'll be open 9 to 4 with extended hours in the morning and the afternoon.
Wow. That's an incredible program. I know you have a new home. Tell us where it is.
It's at the American Civic Center on the lower level.
All right. Well, thanks, Rowan.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Pat Sullivan, I Heart Wakefield Parade, 4th of July Parade. Tell us what's going on here.
So we have a table here for the 4th of July Parade. We're trying to get the word out that we're coming back next year. We have some tickets for our talent show, which is next Saturday, and we also got some t-shirts that we're selling. Also wearing one. And we're super excited that we're bringing the parade back next year.
Now, I think you told the Wakefield Club that Rotary Club, that someone from the high school designed this shirt. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, a 2013 high school graduate, Benedict Lee, who goes to UMass Amherst right now, designed these shirts. He came up with them for us and donated the design for us, and the shirts are great. We love them.
How's the fundraising going so far?
Going good so far. We had our carnival, we had a spaghetti dinner, and we got a talent show next week, and so slowly but surely the fundraiser is coming along.
So how can people donate?
On our website, julyparade.org, there's a button to donate, and also checks can be made out to the Wakefield Independence Day Committee and mailed into our P.O. Box 1746.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
So tell us your name and tell us why you're here today.
Well, my name is Bob Eldridge, and I'm currently the president of WAVE, which is Wakefield Alliance Against Violence. And we work with, basically, we are an operation or a group that gets together and tries to present programs to the town and the community dealing with domestic violence, as well as bullying in the schools and also teen dating violence.
So what kind of services do you offer?
Well, we are more or less facilitators. We don't offer services per se. We don't have a safe house or that kind of thing. But we do have is basically like palm cards that if somebody has a problem with domestic violence, we put these cards out in different locations where they may get, like in churches and in ladies' room, as well as perhaps in beauty parlors. Because if a woman is battered, she quite often is not proud of the fact. And so we try to be discreet with the distribution of the palm cards. Palm cards are places where people can go for help, can get guidance, can find out actually where there is places that can be helpful and where they can perhaps stay for a few days to get out of that very dangerous situation.
Well, it's a very important program. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, tell me about your soaps.
I've been making oatmeal and lavender soaps for 14 years, and I've been doing the show for 23 years. So what you do, I cook it on the stove, and you use lye. So lye is very caustic if you've never used it before.
It can be actually very dangerous, right?
Lung burns, I've inhaled it, and I've actually gotten first-degree burns on my face making it. So the whole process, said and done, takes about 6 hours, and this type of soap right here is made hot process, so it only takes 2 days to make, and then it's done and you can use it.
2 days? Oh, I had no idea.
If you were to use a different soap, it's called cold process, it takes 6 to 8 weeks to cure per loaf. So I make I'd say about 80 to 100 pounds every 3 months, and I make about 5,000 bars a year.
It's actually, you have to know some chemistry to make soap.
You have to know chemistry, you have to know what recipe you want to use, and you have to take precautions doing it.
We're a company called Shout-Aheads. We're located in Woburn. We've been in business for 10 years. All of our candles are hand-poured, 100% soy, and they last for about 50 hours, and they all have a Boston theme. So we have our Summertime, Dunes of the Cape, Backyard Buzz, which is a citronella candle, and a ton more. So you can either get them here or on our website at shoutaheads.com.
And where does the inspiration for the flavors come from?
All different. There's about 7 of us at the warehouse, and we just sort of have fun coming up with the names depending on the scents and making the different labels so that it's all sort of consistent with the Boston theme.
Okay. We're here with Jan at Log Cabin Leather. Tell me what you have here in your booth.
I have all hand-tooled, hand-carved, one-of-a-kind items, all original designs. I have all sorts of things, guitar straps, tablet covers, journals, notepads, photo albums, checkbook covers, all sorts of Native American crafts.
How did you learn how to do this?
I am self-taught. When I was in college, Barnes & Noble opened in downtown Boston, and I bought a book on leatherwork, and it mentioned 2 companies that were in South Station in Boston at that time, both of which have closed now. Went there. First thing I ever made was this leather vest in 1978. I've been doing leatherwork ever since. Completely self-taught, but the tools and things, and just taught myself what to do.
And you're a Wakefield native.
I am a Wakefield native.
And this is the first time at the festival.
First time I've actually done the festival. Although I was born and raised here, I didn't spend my summers usually here. Most of my inspiration comes from my love of nature in New Hampshire, where I live now.
So let's take a look at what you have here. Show me these guitar straps.
These are all, again, hand-tooled, one-of-a-kind guitar straps, all original designs. They're very nicely padded. They come in different lengths, different widths. I custom fit them if need be, to make them the right size for whoever wants it.
And tell me about how you make these designs.
Each design is stamped in, one impression at a time. It's different shaped tools, and you hammer them into the leather. I usually make geometric patterns, although I make them up as I go. I will be demonstrating actually later on. Haven't gotten quite that far this morning yet, but I will be sitting here demonstrating. So.
And how do you get these colored effects?
It is colored in by hand. The pictures instead, they're all acrylic paint, painted on there.
Beautiful.
Every time I color them differently too. So even if it's the same design, it looks very different because when they're colored different, it gives it a whole different look.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me.
Well, thank you.
And good luck today.
Thanks for coming to Lake Quannapowa. Can you say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Can you say thank you for watching?
Thank you.